Hello, and today I am with Glyn James from the Faringdon District Rotary Club. Hi, Glyn.
Hi, Sarah.
And Mel Humphries from the White Horse Rotary Group, which is the satellite club to the Faringdon Club in Faringdon. That's all very confusing, but hopefully that'll come out in the wash during our conversation. Glyn, can I start with you? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be in Rotary, and actually what it is that you get out of Rotary?
Yes, yeah, I've been in Faringdon District Rotary Club now for about 11 years. Lived in Clanfield for about 30 years. And before my retirement, which is about 6 years ago, I used to work as an IT specialist in Unipart. I joined the Rotary Club because I wanted to give something back. I felt as though I wanted to put something back into society. And Rotary effectively is a organisation of like-minded people who have all got the same objective, really, to help service society, whether it's locally or internationally.
Excellent. And Mel, can I ask you the same question?
Of course. I moved to Faringdon about 3 years ago, and I was invited to join the satellite group from a previous member. And I thought it was a really good way to meet new people in the town, make more connections, and to actually get involved in bigger and better projects with the community and have a more active presence to do that. So very similarly to Glyn, but from a more recent timeline than his.
Excellent. And I think it's worth now just explaining how the actual combination of the two groups works, because the Faringdon District Rotary Club have been going for quite a long time. I think
41 years. 41
years, thank you, Glyn. And the satellite group is probably no more than 3 or perhaps just under 4 years old.
About 4 years old, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So does either one of you want to give a bit of background on that and how?
Yes. I mean, I think it's like a lot of organisations, Rotary has sort of ambled along over the years, and the membership generally got older and found that their whole membership across the whole UK, across the world, was shrinking. And it's very, very difficult to try and recruit new members into an organisation if you want to sort of jump a generation, because sort of 30-year-olds don't want to talk to 60-year-olds, etc., etc. And so that was when the idea of a satellite club, I think, which came from Sarah, was spawned, and it was started in Faringdon, as I say, about 4 years ago. And we've also got, just to fill the whole family up, we've also got Rotary Kids, which are from 7 to 11-year-old, which operates on a Friday afternoon out of Pump House. And we've got an Interactors, which is a sixth form Interactors in the school of Faringdon College.
Yeah.
So that's the whole family.
And the main group meets usually weekly. Obviously, at the moment, that's gone online as opposed to in person. And Mel, the satellite club meet once a fortnight?
Yeah, so we have 2 meetings twice a month. So we meet on the first Thursday evening, used to be at a local pub, and the third Saturday of the month at our local Costa, so we can get together mid-morning as a group. So generally we find that members can either meet either the Thursday or the Saturday or both, and for them and myself it fits in a lot easier around work commitments.
Actually, your members that have got young children, they bring the children along, don't they? So it's very much a family affair.
Yeah, the kids get involved.
Excellent.
So we've got some members with children at Rotary Kids, and we've got some much smaller children who participate and get involved in their own way, but they are very familiar faces at all the events that we've supported over the last few years, and featuring some of the photos on our Facebook post as well.
Yeah, excellent. And Glyn, the main group have been meeting more recently at Sudbury House Hotel up until lockdown.
Yes.
How are the online meetings going?
In actual fact, very well, really. I mean, last night we had various type of meetings. We have speaker meetings, and once a month we have a business meeting. And last night's business meeting, I think we had 18 people online, which is it's as many as we have in a Sudbury House meeting. So I think that's successful, really. And it is a way of allowing people who are isolated, and many of us, many of the club are over 70 and therefore are in isolation and perhaps don't see that many people. So a Zoom session once a week is just ideal for them to have a chat and get together.
So this is this whole new world that we're experiencing at the moment, and all these new skills that we're gaining in terms of using the modern technology, is a real opportunity, isn't it, for both of these groups to really step up and modernise and become very accessible to more people. And I think one of the points of us all talking together today and putting out this video is to have a conversation around the events that Faringdon Rotary Club is so well known for putting on for Faringdon and the surrounding villages. And the ones that immediately spring to my mind is the fireworks in November, lights on at the early part of December, and then Thomas and Father Christmas, followed swiftly by the Christmas tree recycling in early January. And clearly, because we don't know how lockdown is going to be, how we're going to be released from lockdown, and we know that there's going to be lots of vulnerable people that will not be able to get out and about the way they could have done, is to have a discussion around how the club moves forward and what we are and are not able to do for our local community. So can I ask you for your thoughts on that?
Yeah, last November we had a sort of a publicity drive in Sudbury House, and our aim at that session was to attract volunteers. It was what we call the Volunteer Day, and we weren't expecting people to sign up as members of Rotary. We were just looking for people to come along and put their name on a list. And as you said, as we go forward, we've just missed the senior citizens birthday tea party, which was supposed to be last Saturday. The Millet's Duck Race was supposed to be next Sunday. All those things have gone by the way. But as you say, if and when fireworks does happen, then potentially the main club will have a lot of people who won't be able to help, or will perhaps not want to help, really, depending on the situation, I suppose. But therefore, together with the White Horse Group and other volunteers, is the only way we can go to organise those events, really. So really, this session is also an appeal for volunteers to help us if and when we are able to do those sort of functions.
Yeah, for sure. And Mel, your group are hugely valuable to the main group in terms of the help and support that you've given us for the main group events, but you also run your own events as well and do your own charity fundraising. So I think the amalgamation of both these groups at the moment is key, isn't it, to the future?
Definitely. Unfortunately, our age range for our members is vastly different to the average age of the main group members. And it's acutely obvious that at the moment, and as time goes on with these restrictions, that a lot of the main group members aren't going to be able to get out or be able to do anything to be able to put the events we have done before. And this is where our group will be able to help plug those gaps and do more than we have done traditionally over the last few years. So it's a bit of a switch from a supportive role that we've provided and done to actually leading on the role with Glyn and the other members helping in a supportive role. And like you said, a lot of our own fundraising events, we've had to shelve those, and we're currently looking at what we've been doing in the calendar of events of what we can do remotely, what we can do via Zoom, like Dragon's Den, and what we physically cannot do, and we'll have to shelve until possibly next year. So we are looking at different ways we can do things, and hopefully those will come to fruition over the next few weeks.
Yeah. So we're obviously going to have to adhere to the government guidelines as and when they come through to us, and we don't yet know what that will look like. But what we would like to do, I think, is to start attracting some names and details from people who think they might be interested in either becoming a member of Rotary or finding out more about it, or just being added to our volunteer list. So what's the best way of them getting in contact with us and registering their interest?
I think the easiest way initially is to send, I'm quite happy for them to send me an email. You put my email address at the bottom of this session if you wish. And then I can make contact. If they include a phone number, we can phone and have a chat. And whether they want to just be a volunteer or come along to a meeting, then we can get them a Zoom invite by easily.
And Mel, are you happy for your email address to go on there as well? So if somebody wants to approach one group rather than the other, they can, or should we just conduit it through one source?
They can do. I can give you our White Horse Rotary email, or that's also detailed on our Facebook page as well. So, so our Rotary email is whitehorserotary@gmail.com. So, but that again is on our Facebook page, White Horse Rotary.
And actually, Facebook pages for both groups is a really good way to visually see what we've been up to in previous years and previous months, and it gives you a flavour, doesn't it, for the fun that we have at some of the events that we do. So that's a great way to go forward. So that's fantastic. So if anybody watching this is interested, even slightly interested, and wants to just have an initial conversation with either Mel or Glyn, then we'll add the email addresses and you can get in touch with them directly. Obviously, feel free to message through their Facebook pages as well. And I would encourage you to go and have a look at both those pages. So have either of you got a parting thought that you want to give?
I'd just like to say that with the sort of the lockdown and it's curtailed our activities really, especially in the senior group, then because of the ability to go outside, we have sort of retracted our budgets into one fund. We've now got a COVID-19 fund, and both ourselves and the White Horse Group have been sort of trying to help where we can. We've put funds into the Shrivenham Food Bank, emergency food bank, and also into the Faringdon Food Bank. And I know the White Horse Group and some of the younger members of our group have been actually doing the shopping for the food bank as well. So where we can, we're trying to help them.
Yeah, excellent. And Mary, I think for your group, went off to Tesco's, didn't she, with somebody from the food bank to do the shopping there?
Yeah, Faringdon Food Bank is our nominated local charity to support over the last year, and we have been doing so quietly in the background, but obviously that need has escalated quite astronomically in the last couple of weeks. So Mary did, with some support, the largest shop we have done for them, and it was for the Faringdon Food Bank, and that update is on our Facebook page as well. So we're pleased to be able to help where we can, and obviously we're adapting as we can, as and when we need to.
Yes, excellent. And I think for clarity, anybody over the age of probably 18 actually can inquire for either group, and it doesn't matter what age range it goes up to. If you're fit and able and want to get involved, then let's be hearing from you. That would be fantastic. Thank you both for your time.
No problem. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're very welcome. And fingers crossed that we get some good interest from this, and perhaps we'll put out an update in a few weeks to see how we're going.
Definitely.
Yeah. But
thank you, Sarah.
Parting shot is, we don't know yet whether we're going to be able to do the fireworks or whether we can do Father Christmas and Thomas or the lights on. We hope to be able to, but if we are going to put those on, then we probably will need some extra help.
If we can put them on, we will do, and if they end up being slightly different to traditionally how they've been run, then watch this space.
Absolutely. And actually just the fact that they can take place would be something to celebrate if they can. Yeah, definitely. Fantastic. So thank you both for your time. It's been really useful, and we'll look forward to getting some inquiries through for you.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you.